Welcome to part 2 of lesson 1, and in this video we're going to be going through dialysis. So we need to know that dialysis machines filter the blood. A patient with kidney failure will soon die unless there is a way to rid the body of the urea and excess salt. And a kidney dialysis machine provides an artificial kidney for the sufferers of kidney failure. This is known as a dialysis treatment or transplant. So now let's go through the steps of it. So first, blood is removed from the patient and flows into the dialysis machine, where it is kept separated from dialysis fluid by a partially permeable membrane. Next, that dialysis fluid contains the same concentration of glucose and salt as normal blood plasma, so there is no net movement of glucose out of the blood, but diffusion. That's very vital for this process to work. Excess salt diffused into the dialysis fluid. And the dialysis fluid contains no urea, so all the urea diffuses from the blood into the dialysis fluid, from the high concentration into the blood into the lower concentration in the dialysis fluid. Then the dialysis fluid move in opposite directions across the membrane in order to maintain concentration gradient, or a constant concentration gradient all along. That's key. And this is known as a counter current system, where one substance moves along the surface in the opposite direction to another. The clean blood is returned to the patient, and last, the waste dialysis fluid is disposed of. The dialysis is like diffusion because they're both processes in which substances travel from a high concentration to a low concentration, and it's like osmosis because they're both processes in which substances travel through a partially permeable membrane. So in summary, kidney machine removed urea from the blood by ensuring the urea diffuses from the blood into the dialysis fluid. This is done through a partially permeable membrane, and the process is diffusion. And the concentration of glucose in the dialysis solution helps to maintain a normal glucose concentration in the blood, because the dialysis fluid contains glucose concentration which is equal to a normal blood sugar level, which prevents a net movement of glucose across the membrane. Therefore, no concentration gradient exists. This is very important as the patient needs to retain glucose for respiration. Well, this brings us to the end of part 2 of the video. Please now move on to part 3. Thank you very much.